the proof, there's your sign. It's right there. Like, its studies have been done, and it shows that people that have served over probably 30 years in prison are no longer a detriment to society.
Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced to 50 months for the Mann Act violation. This still proves our point that all you need to escape even federal charges is either money or to know someone.
Just proves that those that have money are able to escape the justice system. And like what Paige said, it sets a bad example for people that might be innocent fighting some charges like this, or who don't have money and have to rely on a public defender. They're going to get the books thrown at them. And it says that people 55 and over made up nearly 1 in 6 prisoners in 2022 in the new report that's being put out. It says America's prison population is growing older at a pace that some experts say is unsustainable. If the current trends continue, the authors estimate that by 2030, so guys, just in 5 years, as much as 1/3 of the US prison population will be over 50 years old.
This is for the prison wives. Still don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the
All right, so what are you doing this weekend?
I am going to watch the Eagles beat the Broncos, whatever, Denver Broncos.
Oh, and that's
It sure
Joe's
is.
team.
It sure
Denver
is.
Broncos.
And he wanted me to go see them when he knows my mom has season tickets. So he really, at the beginning of the season, was like, you should go to the Broncos game if it is in Philly. And it was. And it just kind of, that's so how it worked out that that's the one that I'm going to with my mom tomorrow. So I get to watch the Eagles. And Joseph really thought I was going to possibly wear a Broncos jersey. I'm just like, you're actually insane.
No, I mean, even as an opponent team, I would not wear the opponent team's, I would not have the balls to wear the opponent's team's jersey in playing the Eagles, because y'all are the worst. Y'all are like the ruthless fans. Y'all are diehard. I mean, I gotta give it to you.
Doesn't even
You
make
support
sense
your
why.
team.
I told him, I was like, it's not even funny, or like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, of course I'm not gonna wear that.
Yeah, well, you're an Eagles girl, and you're not gonna risk
Literally.
getting
Like, what?
harassed by your own
Yeah,
people.
you know, I don't know why he might want that, but not happening.
Maybe it's just like one of those things. It's like a what do they call it? Those dreams. Like, he's like there's it's just a dream that he has of you seeing you in a Broncos jersey in Eagle Stadium.
Can keep that as a dream.
The pipe
Never
dream.
gonna fucking happen. Ever. Ever.
Well, you guys, welcome. We are on officially episode 71 of Love with the Malls, a Prison Wife podcast. It's your friendly host, Gigi, here, and I'm here with the lovely, beautiful Eagle fan, ride or die.
It's me, Paige.
And we're here today, guys, to bring you the latest and the greatest in all things prison wife world. But before we start, we're going to start with our sponsor, and major shout out to our amazing sponsor, which is our lovely, beautiful Waller Squad, OG Waller Squad on the Patreons. Thank you guys for supporting our extra content and being part of our Patreon fam. We could not do this without you guys. And we are, if you listened to our Patreon last night or this past weekend, you would know that we are working on something awesome for y'all at the end credits. So throw in your ideas, because we love you over there at Patreon, and you are so amazing. So we couldn't do this without you. So thank you for the
I just want to say
support.
thank you to our Patreon friends. It might not seem like a lot that when you donate $5, but it adds up to us, and it helps us run this pod and does things like literally sponsor an entire episode. And that really helps when you're tight for money. So thank you. We love you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all do. Y'all come in clutch when we need y'all always. So thank you so much for that. All right. So are we ready to dive in? Because we got a couple. I got a lot for what up with that. Do you? Okay, here we go.
What up with that? What up with that?
All right, it is time for What Up With That legislation. Paige, you want to get us started?
Yeah, the first thing I have is an article that I found. It was talking about how the DC Parole Commission is being sued. And that is the lawsuit is claiming that the U.S. Parole Commission no longer legally exists because Congress failed to reauthorize it on September 30th.
Oh, and now because of the
Yes.
shutdown.
So, I mean,
Okay.
imagine being told that you have to follow parole rules for an agency that doesn't even technically exist right now. Like, imagine how these people feel that are in this system. Like, how does it impact
Yeah.
them? How does it impact parole? Like, these people, like, they're probably already scared of getting arrested with all the other limbo and confusion going on. Like, it just sucks that there's a lack of accountability and a lack of our government, doing what they're supposed to be doing now that there is this very vulnerable group of people that are kind of going to be left in limbo, being like, I don't know what's going on here, but, it just makes you wonder what
Yeah.
protections do, like, actual parolees even have when the system itself isn't even working.
Correct. They're just kind of left high and
And
dry
until
for the
they
most
decide
part.
that you should be following, actually this or something, like, then it'll come back. It's leaving a lot of room for fuckery.
Correct. That's a shame. Well, we have something out of Cali that I found. This is from Cal Matters. This is an online publication by Kayla Mihalovic. I hope I'm saying her name right. There is the California is starting to shrink their prisons through sentencing changes, and a new study shows how that works. And basically, she wrote an article. If you would like the link to this, I have it, so please let me know. It's basically the summary of this is some new California laws gave incarcerated people a second chance at freedom. A new report provides the first in-depth look at how they're working. So through those criminal justice laws that were enacted to give more people an opportunity to be resentenced and thin out the state's severely overcrowded prisons, they found that they did a report or a study, and the report found low recidivism rates around people who were older and had served lengthy sentences, long time sentences. The stuff we've been saying, Paige has been saying, especially from the jump. Those patterns contrasted with people serving shorter prison sentences for nonviolent crimes, which showed higher rates of recidivism, the majority of which were misdemeanors. The Committee on Revision of the Penal Code of California Policy Lab on Wednesday published the report, which details demographics and recidivism rates. Sorry, guys. Recidivism rates for 5 of the most significant resentencing policies implemented between 2012 and 2022 under Gavin Newsom and former Governor Jerry Brown. So, the proof, there's your sign. It's right there. Like, studies have been done, and it shows that people that have served over probably 30 years in prison are no longer a detriment to society. And they should be given a second chance because their rates are a lot lower. They don't want to go back to prison. They've done enough time to realize this is not the life for them. So, yeah. Okay. Your turn.
Everyone probably saw this one on the news. I know it won't be yesterday by the time everyone's hearing this, but it was on the news yesterday, as in Friday. But Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced to 50 months for the Mann Act violation. I think this still proves our point that, all you need to escape even federal charges is either money or to know someone.
Money.
And that literally answers it. I mean, we've heard how many stories from how many victims of the terrible things that he put people through, and we've seen tapes, and it's like that's enough time. He's gonna he could literally get out and keep going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and God forbid, I don't want to say that, but you know what I mean? Like, if even celebrities can escape federal prison, like, you know what I mean, their time and their lives are not the same as ours, and in a way it really bothers me because I feel like celebrity cases often really hurt like the reform movement in every single way, no matter
Correct.
what. Like, especially like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is people being like, our system is fucked. Like, yes, our system is fucked. But like, take a second to look at it and be like, why is it fucked? You know what I mean? Like, it's deeper than just that. And I don't know. I think that I don't think prison sentences by any means should be used as an example, but I think that too many times it's happening now that like these cases that are in the public eye don't really uphold always the same regulations, I feel like, that are held against us and our loved ones, and it's just infuriating. Not that any of us have loved ones that have charges like that, but like, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it because it's my opinion, and I know everyone has their own opinion, but like, it's like, although he didn't take anyone's life, it's like these people have to live with this trauma and everything that he inflicted on them, and like live in fear of it ever happening, or like their it's so much deeper. Like, how do you measure what is okay and what's not?
Yeah. Yeah, and Mike and I were talking about this yesterday, that if it wasn't P. Diddy, the person that would be getting sentenced right now would not have gotten just 4 years, and be serving maybe 3 of it because of time served already. He would probably get in the max, which was what, like 11 years or something like that was the max. Like, and shit, if he was in Louisiana, he would have a life sentence. Like, let's be real. Like, so it just proves that those that have money are able to escape the justice system. And like what Paige said, it sets a bad example for people that might be innocent fighting some charges like this, or, who don't have money and have to rely on a public defender. They're going to get the books thrown at them. They're not just going to get 4 years. They're going to get the max because they can't afford to fight it, Crazy. And my heart goes out to obviously the victims of this, because they got up and they testified, and I don't know how they're feeling after this, because they're like, well, what did my testimony even do? You know what I mean? Like, so. All right. I have something from State Line. This is part of, I guess, a criminal justice reform publication. And this came out on September 29th. They put out a article about America's aging population. We talked a little bit about this on the last few pods, about how the country is going to be in crisis because the justice system and the state, whether state or federal, cannot afford to house the aging inmate or incarcerated population. And it says that people 55 and over made up nearly 1 in 6 prisoners in 2022 in the new report that's being put out. It says America's prison population is growing older at a pace that some experts say is unsustainable. This is the 1 in 6 of incarcerated people are 55 and older. That is a 4-fold increase, 4 times increase since
report?
2000.
For
State
what
Line.
state?
It's not, but it's national. It's not by state. Just the name of the publication is State Line. It says a new report from the American Civil Liberties Union, so ACLU did the study, and the Prison and Jail Innovation Lab at the University of Texas at Austin warns that this trend is straining correctional systems that were not designed to care for older adults. If the current trends continue, the authors estimate that by 2030, so guys, just in 5 years, as much as 1/3 of the U.S. prison population will be over 50 years old. So obviously this is calling, and this is a byproduct obviously of the 1980s and 1990s tough on crime stance, where everybody was just given a life sentence no matter what the crime was, or the harshest max amount of sentencing. And now it's going to end up hurting it's going to strain the system. It really is. So now that we have this scientific data and this information from studies done by universities, the next question is, what do we do with that? And unfortunately, with the current trend, the expansion of the death penalty now for people under 18, and now our state is trying to give the death penalty to anybody that commits the act of grape. I don't. It's just going to be a longer aging process, because some of these cases haven't been heard in over 30 years on death row, and in population that has life. So yeah. I'm not worried about Louisiana, because Louisiana already has a hospice care program, but you're talking about other states that aren't ready for that. So, yeah. All right.
I just wanted to touch on the government shutting down, because, I mean, obviously everyone in America is fairly aware that on October 1st, 800,000 federal workers were basically furloughed. And I just wanted to point it out, because this shutdown isn't just about necessarily DC and politics, but it literally trickles down everywhere, especially down into the prisons. Federal prison staff, they're going to have delayed pay, y'all. They're going to have morale issues about, when is this going to end? When is this, they're always going to be the victim here. So it's like, you're going to have to, who are they going to take that out on then? Programs for incarcerated people, education, reentry, a lot of those programs are going to freeze, because a lot of them are funded by the state or by the government. There are going to be families that are waiting for legal hearings, parole decisions, and they are probably going to end up facing some delays. It literally delays the whole system and puts everything on like a backlog, basically. And it just leaves the question of, should incarcerated people be looked at as collateral damage and government shutdowns? Because I see all these stories about the shutdown, and not one person anywhere, on any news station or anything, has talked about the incarcerated people, or like what essential services for them would be paused, or like anything like that, which I know that they're already a second thought in everyone's minds, but I'm like, it's just something I wanted to put on at least our listeners' radar, especially if you have someone like in a federal prison. Like, just be aware and like be mindful of your loved one. They might have to deal with some cranky ass people.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the stories that get put out are not about our loved ones. Unless they want to paint them as, the worst of the worst and the monsters and all that stuff. And that, they're the bottom of the totem pole. They're the outcasts of society that nobody cares about except us. And it's sad that they're going to, like you said, Paige, like they're an afterthought, and everybody's worried about the correctional officers, but they're not worried about the treatment of the incarcerated population under those strained correctional officers.
It literally goes back to
what
like
I mean?
when the New York officers were rioting, or no, I'm sorry, not rioting, but my bad. They were protesting, and they weren't in there, and that left a very few amount of COs in there. And it was like, no one cares about these incarcerated people that are like not even allowed out of their cells because there aren't enough COs to like cycle them in and out. Like, we don't care about like those things, because like they didn't do anything. This is all about like your guys' money, and so, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. And they're treated like less
and
than
if
cattle.
you like bring this
you know?
up or say this to anyone who does not have like a prison, humanitarian mindset, they like look at you like you got 5 fucking heads. They're like, "Shut up, Blondie." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Sit down, bitch. That's what they say. Yep.
Do the
And
crime. Do the
that's the
time.
part that yeah. Yeah. I also wanted to touch base on something that is happening in Louisiana today. Obviously, I'm wearing purple and gold for Kyron Lacey. Today, somebody posted this and I wanted to share. And this is from, I'm going to put, she tagged Kyron Lacey's account. Her name is Nay Jewel. She posted this. So these are her words, but I just love the verbiage here. It says justice for K2 because his number was 2. If you don't know who Kyron Lacey is, he was an LSU player. He unfortunately, tragically took his own life because of this situation. Today, the truth finally came out. Kyron Lacey was proven innocent, but this justice came too late. Kyron endured disrespect, judgment, and cruelty from so many news outlets who are now backtracking. WAFB, calling you out, painted him as a monster, tearing down his name and reputation before the facts were even known. They made him fight battles no one should ever face alone. With his back against the wall, he stood against the world, and society failed him. This system and the lies cost him his peace, his dignity, and ultimately his life. Please keep Kyron's family in your prayers that they may find comfort, strength, healing in the midst of this pain. Long live K2. You deserved better. And I'm just saying this because I'm a local. I saw everything when it came out. In January, Kyron was officially charged with negligent homicide for a vehicular accident that cost someone their life. And today, his lawyers fought. His lawyer fought for him. And came out that the footage and the cameras that were there that captured the incident proved that he was hundreds of feet behind the car that was causing the problem. So he was just a witness to the crash. He was not involved in the crash. And the fact that our Louisiana State Police are the ones that wanted to charge him, and AGs and DAs got together and tried to get a grand jury to indict him is absolutely a show of why Louisiana criminal justice is in the shitter. And this is just someone that's out in public that is famous. Can you imagine the amount of people that are sitting now at Angola because people wanted to have a notch on their belt and have a spectacle of a case, a slam dunk case? I'm sorry. I'm just heated because this young man was talented. He should be in the NFL playing on Sundays. He should have been drafted, and he never got that chance. Now, granted, I know he took his own life, but there was a lot of pressure from what was happening from the state putting these charges on him when he was factually innocent. And I can't even imagine being the person who held on to this footage since January to hide it. Because y'all, I don't know about you, it's October. January, October. 10 months they had this footage. And they didn't release it. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
But they made him a monster in January. He was a monster. The news media, especially the Baton Rouge media, made him a monster. And I hope his family sues LSP. I hope his family sues the state for defamation, for sure, because they literally killed him in essence and in a way, because he had his whole life ahead of him. And he was going to take care of his brother. He has a little baby brother. He was going to take care of his mother once he got to the NFL and made, a good salary. And now that's all gone. And now we have in innocence, proving his innocence in all this. Shame, Louisiana. This is what that 84% overturn rate is all about. Shame. R.I.P. Kyron. I know you said I showed you the screenshot, and I told you I wanted to talk about this today because it hurts. First of all, I'm an avid LSU fan, and I'm just going to say this. Kyron was a young African American man, and I can't even imagine, and he was on the national level. I can't even imagine the African American men that are sitting behind bars in LADOC with something similar. You know?
It's sad. Our country has a problem and it's never ended.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you.
And it just goes.
I don't know if you
Go
saw
ahead.
about that other story about that young. Remember, it was literally like last week. That young African American man that was found hanging from a tree, who like it was very successful, like very like yes, like very smart, very like put together, like going fucking places. Do you know that they weren't even going to do a second autopsy on him, and the only reason they did is because Colin Kaepernick has that foundation and he paid money for it, and which they found and discovered that he didn't put himself there.
Yeah.
But they weren't even going to do that.
Yeah. And correct.
Like, these are the times we're living in. Like, it's not like this we're talking about years ago.
Yeah.
This is right now.
Yeah. And the thing is, if it's not, if it's, and I'm not trying to be ugly because every bit of all of these things are tragic. If it's not Charlie Kirk, we're not making a big deal about it. And I'm not trying to be ugly about Charlie Kirk, because what happened to Charlie Kirk, I will say it was tragic and it shouldn't have happened. But if he's not a white man that's conservative and fighting, he's not a patriot. And therefore, move along. We don't need it. We don't need to investigate. We don't need to put out the information, or we're going to get his ass. We're going to roast his ass, and we're going to hide the information. Like, that is the mentality. And until people wake up and see that this is the reality we're living in, and when people go, "Oh, well, it's not a race thing. It's not a race thing." It
always has been.
It is. I mean, it always has been, and here is the proof. And this is 2025. At this point, we shouldn't be having these kind of conversations. We should be living in a better world. Yet here we are still. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take it there, but it just shows the injustices and why we say the criminal justice system is botched. It's made for the rich to get off and the poor people to fill the prisons, to line pockets.
Yeah.
Let's call it. So, and people can disagree with me, and that's fine, but I'm just stating how probably a lot of people feel about the justice system. And, if you've never been impacted by the justice system, you don't know. I didn't know until I met Michael. I had no idea. So like I said, this has really opened my eyes to a lot of injustices within state and federal, for sure. Okay, sorry, I'll get off my soapbox.
I
just wanted to bring attention to that because you're right. Oh, wait, there's one more, because we wanted to talk about something we had brought up last time, which was Shaquita Vaughn, who died at Lee State Prison in Georgia. And now there is a second young lady who had a 6-month sentence for petty theft. And she now was found deceased in that same facility. And you obviously have a personal tie to this.
Y'all know how
Paige.
I do my bomb party, and I, that's my one part of my life and my world that is not prison, or usually is not prison, I should say. I had one of the girls on my team reach out because she follows the podcast on TikTok, because some of them are super interested in it and like follow it now, which is really awesome and cool. But she literally, it's so sad, but she knew one of this girl named Jessica Elliott, who she doesn't know how, but she just saw her mom post and say that she had passed away in this same Georgia prison, literally on the 25th of last month. And another woman, young woman, dead in this same prison. Like, there need to be reporters on the ground in there. There need to be like OIGs. There need to be people like, if that hasn't yet happened yet, I don't even know what to say. But she told me that she was like, I don't even know how she passed, because it doesn't say. It just has like the date that she passed and rest in peace. Like, and I went and I looked on the prison website and I couldn't find
Wow.
anything. Like, because like even California, like CDCR on like their CDCR website, if you go to press releases, usually it's like sometimes a little more than a day or two. Sometimes it'll be that day. It depends. They'll have, whenever there's like a homicide or there's something like someone passes, they'll put it there. And I don't know. So
Yeah, and so our hearts go out to that mother because she's demanding answers. I mean, Mama is Mama Bear, and she's like, my daughter was serving a literal
yep,
6 month sentence. Why is she
it's
deceased? You
unacceptable.
know? And listen, y'all, people make mistakes. They do make bad decisions. They do bad things. I get it. I'm not saying she didn't deserve, some type of punishment for stealing. I'm not saying that. But a 6 month sentence or a 2 year sentence like Shaquita Vaughn had does not mean a death sentence. It doesn't make it okay that these people are passing away in the care of the state. And you need to realize that if that was your loved one, if it was your sister, your cousin, your brother, whoever it is, you would be fighting for answers too. Let's be real. So you're right. If somebody's not on this, somebody needs to get on this in Georgia. The Georgia Department of Corrections, somebody needs to be rolled in to investigate WTF. What is happening here? You know? All right. Did you have anything else, Paige, for what up with that? No? Okay. And you have the same, are you
I
rocking the
am.
same Halloween nails? Okay. All right. Well, we wanted to do something a little different. And I'm going to start it off this week. Paige is going to do next week. I actually went a little rummaging this morning in my fireproof, safe locker boxes that I have. I found Michael's first letter to me, and I thought we'd have a little story time and we would read it. And y'all can chime in. First of all, I still have the original. It still doesn't smell, but I have his original picture he sent me. If you're on YouTube's, you can see it. This was from January of 2016 that he took this picture.
Cute.
That's my hubby. All right, here we go. All right, now I had written him, just to give y'all a little backstory. I had written him on August 4th, 2016, and this letter is dated August 8th, 2016. So that is why our anniversary is on August 6th. So it's the day between the two. All right, here we go. Wow. Oh, sorry. Dear Gigi. Wow. Well, hello to you too, sweetheart. Just thought I'd send you a few lines really quick to let you know that I received your very first letter today. I have to say, it was a pretty great surprise too. I mean, especially since I don't have many people writing to me these days. Wow. And I absolutely love how thoughtful you were about the photo of yourself as well. That was super nice of you, to say the least. I mean, it's always great to put a face to the name, you know? Of course, I can't not say this either, although I'm sure you're quite aware of it already. You are crazy beautiful. Yeah, I tend to speak my mind, but let's face it, you're kind of hard to miss. Haha. Let's see, maybe you'd like to know a little bit about me. Well, as you already know, my name is Michael. I'm 37 years old, but I'll be 38 on October 19th. I was born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana, too. I stand right at 6 feet tall and I weigh about 185 pounds. I have green eyes and dark brown hair as well. Yeah, I may have a tattoo or two. And when I say a tattoo or two, I mean a lot. Hopefully, you won't hold that against me, though, especially since I'm all sweetheart on the inside where it counts. I'm actually not sure if you've seen a photo yet of me or not, but I'll see if I can find a newish one to slip in with this letter just in case. Yikes. What you can't tell about me from a picture though? Well, first, I'm single. Been single for a few years now, as a matter of fact. I've never been married and I don't have any kids of my own either. Of course, I got locked up at a pretty early age, 20 years old, so that obviously has a lot to do with it. I do have two brothers, though, and both are married with kids of their own, so I'm an uncle many times over. Let's see. I absolutely love to draw and paint, although I have to say my main passion is tattooing. That was my profession when I was a free man, and I miss it more than you could imagine. Since tattooing is illegal here in prison, I'm sure you can tell that it's not the same thing that I get to enjoy anymore. Believe me, I got into trouble for it a lot when I first got here. But with age comes wisdom, so now I paint instead. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm pretty good at that too. Of course, painting is a lot like tattooing though, especially when it comes to shading and blending colors, so I took to it naturally. Plus, painting is also how I help support myself in here financially, so it's become a huge part of my life. I'm sure you can imagine, huh? No pressure or anything, but if you'd like me to see some of my latest painting, here's a website for them. And he sent me his little Etsy shop that his old investigator attorney was running for him. What else? Well, I love the outdoors. I swear. I'd live outside if these people here would let me. I think that it's practically bred into us here in the South, too. My favorite is swimming and diving, though. I love anything to do with water, actually. When I was still a free man, if it was between March and October, I was usually found at the lake. I'm not even playing either. I can't really say that I've been hiking like yourself, though. I mean, being from Louisiana, of course, I've been in the woods a lot, but nothing that I'd seriously call hiking. I do know what you mean about Tennessee, though. It's probably my most favorite state. It's beyond beautiful up there, especially when all the trees are changing colors. Oh, and although I've never been on one, I love sailboats. That's like a dream of mine. Just the idea of that kind of freedom really appeals to me, especially after being in a place like this for so long. The idea of sailing around the world is where it's at for me. Well, I guess that should give you an idea about me and who I am as a person. Believe me, if you have any questions, though, feel free to ask away, okay? My life can be an open book to you. I mean, if it sounds like someone, if I sound like someone you'd like to get to know better anyways, I realize that I'm not for everyone, you know? With that said, though, if you'd like to continue writing, I'd love to learn more about you. Don't worry. I won't bombard you with a ton of questions either. Just whatever you might like to share with me. It's totally up to you, at least for now anyways. Believe me, the questions will come. From what I've read from you so far, you definitely sound like someone that I'd like to get to know better. And yes, I'll do my best to go easy on you too. I'm almost positive that you'll be able to hold your own though, so don't worry too much. Yikes. I have to say, I'm almost a bit intimidated with you being a writing teacher, too. I mean, on one hand, I feel like I write pretty well, but you're a writing teacher. Haha, you could probably pick apart my letter in a matter of minutes. Be gentle. Anyway, sweetheart, I guess I'll go ahead and close this one for now. I do hope to hear back from you soon, though. In the meantime, you be cool and stay safe out there. Sincerely, Michael. P.S. Don't forget to smile for me. And then he sent me a hand. And it says, just a little something from me, especially for you, M.
That's so sweet. But can I tell you immediately what my toxic mind? I'd be like, why are you sending this to me right away? Is this something that you did with another bitch? You think like that you're sending me that? Like,
Wait, Can I add to the can I add to
Yeah.
the toxicity? So a few days later, I think this was written the same day. No, this was written a few days later. He sent me a second letter without me
Oh
sending
my
another
god.
letter. But you'd be like, "Oh yeah, do you do this with all of your women? Do you send hands to all of your
I'd be like,
women?"
but obviously we know that Michael's a good egg.
No, that's why I was like, I was getting kind of emotional at the end, and I'm like, here was the start. 9 years ago, here was the start of us. Like, you
It's
know,
crazy because you like open a door that you don't realize it's going to be so like important and influential in your life or how important it is.
yeah.
But in a way that you do because like it's like it goes back to that moment where we both like were like, are we doing this? Because like we knew in our stomachs that it was not just
Hmm.
for funsies.
It wasn't just going to be a
Yeah.
temporary thing. Yeah, for fun or just to talk to somebody. Like, we kind of knew that we were, even if we didn't know, like maybe even if it was
Mm-hmm.
just subconsciously, like we kind of knew that this was going to be something pivotal. And it's funny because I was going through my divorce, like separated. This was before I was separated, actually, but I was going to be going down that path, and I had somebody being like, "You're going to be part of a whole other world that you don't even know what you're getting into yet." And this was
They weren't
it.
lying.
This was it. No, my little psychic, my little oracle psychic person that I went to, when she read my tarot cards, she was just like, "Yeah, this is where you're going to be opening a whole new world."
You know
And
what's really interesting about you saying that is now that makes me think about this time that me and Janelle, my friend Janelle, went down to um is it Sarasota? Is that the like the witchy city in Florida that's supposed to have like I don't
it might,
that might be wrong. There's
it
some
might
kind of
be.
city in Florida that's like known for like having like psychics and like witchy stuff.
Okay.
And we went there and it kept telling me this was like seriously like 10 years ago, but she kept telling me that I was like she keeps seeing this tall man like that I'm gonna and I'm like tall man, what are you fucking talking about? But now I'm like wait, but I literally didn't even connect that until right now until you just said.
Wow. It's so full
Me
circle, and
too.
I'm here for it. I love that.
Like
Joe, because Joe, how tall is Joe
like
officially?
he- I think he's
Is he
6'3".
6'5"?
I think he's
Okay.
very tall.
So he's
I'm
tall.
5'5".
Yeah.
Your girl's 5'5".
Yeah. So yeah. Wow. And so
Mm-hmm.
she called
And I
it.
remember being like the only man at that time was like my baby daddy. I'm like, well, he's not even fucking tall.
Yeah.
Like he's not short, but he's not tall.
She she could see it before
Mm-hmm.
you saw it. And this was like probably
Forever
what? How
ago.
long before you met
Long
Joe?
ago.
Just curious. Okay. Okay. But she knew a tall man
That's
would be
what
coming into your life
that's what
and
she
change your
said, and I
life
was like, what?
completely.
Because at first she was like saying that, and then
Wow.
her Janelle's mom was like, "Oh, your dad," and I'm like, "My dad's not tall because he was not. He was shorty. My mom was taller than my dad." Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Oh, I
Wait,
didn't
can
know
we tell
that.
everyone what
Okay.
we realized on Patreon yesterday?
Oh,
No,
go
this
ahead.
might
Yeah,
not
let's
matter
tell
to
him.
anyone, but like it also it just makes a lot of sense because you know how like I feel like you genuinely a lot of times for myself, I've found that I vibe really well with people whose parents sometimes are around the same age as my mom. And that's just cuz like that's the generational thing I
Okay.
think and that's like who raised me and like that if they were raised in similar ways. Yeah, me and Gigi found out that both of our moms were 32 when they had us. Isn't that
Hmm.
crazy? And they're 10
And they're
years
10
apart
years apart.
exactly.
And Paige and I
Mhm.
are also
Mhm.
10 years apart.
And our moms both had us at the same stage of their life, which was 32, which is like when you're like kind of put together and shit. Like although my
Hmm. And they were born in the same, our moms were born in the same month. I mean, they're
Are they?
what,
Yeah,
5 days
yeah. Wait,
apart?
when's your mom's birthday?
'Cause your
12.
mom's the 14th, right? No,
Oh my
7.
god.
They're a week apart. 10 years apart, but a week, like
That's
within the
so
same month.
crazy. Libra.
Sometimes, I really do think that somehow we're connected with people we're
You
supposed to
like,
be
and then
connected
when you
with.
like know right away and you vibe with them, it's because you like have known them before.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking, like
Yes.
past life shit. Like,
I fully believe that shit, whether people think that's crazy or not, because there are people that I have met, and like when I meet someone for the first time, it's like the Joseph thing. It's like I know this mother effer.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I've known you, like people say that. Like, I feel like I've
Mm-hmm.
known you forever, like just
Yes.
in 5 minutes. I think it's your soul's recognition of that person, knowing that
Because like I
person
don't feel like that about
previously.
everyone. It's weird, and sometimes I feel like that about like celebrity people, and I'm like I don't even, and like I then I'll have dreams about them, and I'm like what's going on? And then I'm
Mhm.
like, am I just
Yeah.
hallucinating?
Matthew McConaughey and I were in our
Yeah,
past lives together
me and
or
Zayn
something.
Malik. There were a few lives where he
Ooh,
did give me a child, but sorry, Joe.
Zayn Malik.
Oh,
Yeah.
love
Well,
him.
that makes sense because Joe kind of could, I can
They're
see
both,
that.
yeah, yeah, especially when he has
Because
like
they
the
got that
facial hair.
like yeah,
I
like
love
darker
that.
features.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Sign me up.
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna have to get you a Zayn Malik fat
Oh,
head or
I
something, or
love
like a
him. You know,
pillow.
he lives in my state. He,
I thought
so yeah, I know that's
he
honestly
does.
well. So he lives, yeah, he lives in Lancaster, which is even crazier, which is really close. Which is it's also insane because I loved him when One Direction was a thing and they lived in fucking England, and I was
Okay.
like, I love Zayn. Zayn is
Yeah.
everything. And go figure that he obviously he had his baby with Gigi Hadid, and she lives in New
Yeah.
York, and he didn't want to live in New York with the hustle and bustle and shit. So he's like, I'm buying a house in Lancaster, and it's just like crazy now. I'm like, this man that was the love of my life now lives in Lancaster. I told Joe, I'm sorry,
We
but
can
like,
go
there's a
see him.
chance that like I'm supposed to end up with him.
Yeah. I know he's probably not, but I'm just picturing him like churning butter or something.
He probably
Like
does
as an
whatever the fuck
Amish.
he wants. I think he has a farm and like animals and stuff because I think that before they like got divorced and separated, I remember them like because they don't show her face, but I think I've seen a few pictures of her. She's so cute. Their daughter. I can't believe he has a
Yeah.
child. I'm like, that's my husband. Why does he have a child?
Yeah. I always like my nieces were in
Harry.
love with Harry Styles from One
That was most
Direction.
people's
And so
face.
I mean they're obviously they're what, 10
Mm-hmm.
years younger than you. So they're, 20 years younger than me. But I remember them like being all about them. And so because they were
They
the
were
big
like
group
the
at
end
that
of my
time.
age group.
But
It was kind of like one of those that, oh, look at
mhm.
my missing nails. Hello. It was like one of those things where it was like, I am a little bit older to maybe be liking them, but they're my age type shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't realize I mean, I'm assuming that's why he doesn't do I mean, I know he tried to do a solo career and he was
Hmm.
pretty successful with that. I love his
He's
song with Sia because Sia is my favorite, one of my favorite
it's no wonder him
singers.
and Harry's they're like if Zayn wanted to take off more, he would. He never wanted that shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you, did he like um decide that he
But
didn't want to do
well,
this
he left the
anymore? Like
band
he
because he
wanted to
didn't
kind of
like
settle down?
all the shit with like, well, they never stopped. They were all these. There's people that hate One Direction
Yeah.
right now that are listening that are like, I want to rip my ears out right now. I'm so sorry. This is just like this was one of my phases, y'all, and yeah, it just
Sidebar. We're
honestly
doing
is a
sidebar
phase,
here. Sorry.
and I still have love for him, but he didn't like the rich and fancy life, and so he said, I'm quitting.
Okay, can I ask this? Because I listened to their song the other day. Do you remember the One Direction like dupe that came out behind them called The
I didn't
Wanted?
know that they were considered a dupe. But
Well, they pretty much have
Mhm.
exactly the
Mhm.
same kind of people. Like even the Zayn Malik of like there was a guy that kind of looked like Zayn Malik in that group. So I was just curious if
I
you
They
remember
definitely
them
had the bunch
or
of, or they, it's too late. Oh, that's One Republic.
yeah. They
Okay.
did Chasing the Sun. I think that was one of their songs that I listened to the other day. But I was like, they were British and they came out and they were a group of five and they had the guy with the curly hair like Harry Styles. They had the polished cute guy. They had and they had the guy that might look like kind of like got that Arabic vibe, kind of like Zayn
Mhm.
had. So that's why I was just I was wondering if you like them too, because I wonder if some people that love One Direction hated
Probably.
them,
I wasn't like a crazy head. I just was like, I think this man might. Yeah.
Zayn Malik is my jam.
And
Okay,
now I'm like, Joseph
fair
is my jam.
enough. Joseph is my jam. My
Yeah.
tall man is my
A big tall
jam.
man.
My hubby bear is my jam. Here, I even got I set up
I love it.
a
I
micro
still need to
pillow
get one.
to support my
I have
back
a Joseph
here.
blanket. Brody stole it from me though. He sleeps with it. It has him on it too.
Well, I wonder, like, comment below if you have personalized stuff of your loved ones. Um, there was one like they were even like making like body pillows that were like in the shape of a body with the face of the
No
person or
judgment.
whatever.
What do you
Like,
gotta do?
um, no, I'm here for it. If you have that, please let me know. Please holla because I want to get one. That would be fun. But yeah, comment below if you have like personalized. Like, there was a lady that did the shower
Uh-huh. With
curtain.
my edit.
There's a lady that did a rug. Yeah, from your edit. Yeah, but this was from I got this on Groupon.
I
It
love
was on
that.
Groupon. So I just put his head on a in a picture and said, "Please give me the head of this lovely gentleman here on a pillow." And now he's my lumbar
I need
support.
that.
Yay.
For real.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for listening to my letter. Hopefully, it wasn't too long, but it's time for our favorite incarcerated person to give us a
Yay.
call.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Frederick.
an inmate at Florida Correctional Institution.
All right, y'all. It is time for the Florida Freds, which means it's now time for your questions and comments. We had a few comments on Spotify that I wanted to highlight, as well as on every Friday on our Instagram story on a Prison Wife podcast. We put out if you have any questions, and we got some really awesome questions. So, Paige, do you want to start off with the first
Yeah,
one?
the first one is from the beautiful Danielle. She left this on Spotify. She said this on our last episode. Amazing episode, loved it. Thanks for the little shout out. I was like, who, me? So cute. I thought of a fun little question for y'all to think about. What are your top 3 relationship needs? Think 3 most important things that you need in a relationship that you value or to help the relationship succeed. And how does your loved one meet those needs for you? If you want to do an Uno reverse, you could also ask your partner those 3 things as well. And it's a great question. Joseph and I think within our packs of cards, I feel like some kind of version of this question we've answered before because our top ones are the same, and that's why we work so well together. Because it's like honesty is like number one with us. Loyalty is a huge one, and then probably just compassion for each other, like, and ourselves.
Okay.
Like being able to give yourself and each other grace when we need it, or like, because like that's what I need that from him. And there's probably a lot more than 3, but those are
Yeah.
going to be the first ones that came to my brain after I read that.
Okay. I love that. I love that. I love the compassion part because, a
I
lot
need
of
it.
relationships forget about compromise and compassion. They really do. And it's, you're in a partnership with someone else. It is not all about you. You have to give yourself grace. You also have to give your partner grace, and you also have to be
Mm-hmm.
willing to work with them, on things like Mike. I'm just thinking because compromise is one that I had to learn a lot about in relationships. Like Mike loves MMA and like the fighting stuff, and I can't stand it. But if he wanted to go watch us something, I would go. I mean, I would probably be like covering my eyes half the time, but if that's what he wanted to do, he would go. I would go with him. Just like he can't stand Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
I love Hamilton. And he would go watch Hamilton with me. He said, "I'll go with
That's
you one time." I can't
that's so
promise
funny
I'm gonna
because my
go more
sister-in-law
than
is obsessed
once.
with Hamilton, and my brother's gone, and now he likes it.
He
He
loves
likes it
your
now.
brother
Well, my
loves Hamilton because
sister-in-law
he went
loves
with
it,
her.
and they're going to New
Okay.
York for it.
Oh, fun. Yeah, because I heard they're getting the
Yeah.
OG cast together for something. I don't know if they're doing
Uh-oh.
I don't know if they're doing like a reboot of it or what. All right. Well, I would say for me, I asked because I saw this when it was posted on Spotify, and I asked Michael his, and we both kind of came up with the same three. Honesty, and so the next one was communication, something that I truly had to work on to be active and proactive in this relationship because my communication skills were shit before this. And the other one is trust
Yeah.
because you can't have anything without trust. So those are our top 3 bullet points for a successful relationship for sure.
Feel that.
All right. Thank you, Danielle, for that wonderful question. I love that. We had a comment from Smiley Face J, aka Jess. She said, "Love you too. Thanks for all you do for the community."
Thank you,
Thank you, my
Jess. So sweet.
Jessica. That's my Jessica. I love
Aw.
her. She's so sweet. Thank you for saying that. We appreciate you. And we love doing what we do for the community. We do. Thank you so much. All right, your turn.
What Disney character represents you, and which one represents your partner?
Oh, who is
This
this
is from
from?
Miss Addie. Sorry, I don't know how I
Oh, Addie with
pronounced
the
your name.
great. Yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
came in with a good question. Ooh, Paige. Okay, do you have one off the top of your
I
head?
would have to mix movies because I don't know.
Me
I feel
too.
like I'm Elsa. Every time we go places, I get told that. And
Let it
that is what I need to
go.
do. I need to let things go and stop like holding on to things that fucking like she's me. We have the same problems, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And
Who is Joe?
can Joe be uh the hot uh Prince Charming from the live action Cinderella with like Whoopi Goldberg and Brandy? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the good looking Asian man?
Yes.
That's Joe.
Yes.
I just love
Okay.
and I love his like I love that movie and like
Mhm.
that.
I love that. Okay. Um, I was gonna say I could see Joe being the with the little what are they
Mhm.
the little ruffles on the shoulders,
Mhm.
like all right. So I would say I'm gonna be Belle. I always felt a connection with Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I like to read. I'm an ambivert. I'm kind of both introvert and extrovert. I can be very nerdy, but I can also be very kind of outgoing and party girl too. So I feel like she encompasses that. She also has a compassionate heart, and I feel like I have that. So I'm with my girl Belle, and I obviously get myself into situations I shouldn't get myself into, but I do it with the right intention. And Michael would probably be
Love
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
So, someone that is probably outgoing, voice, very, charming, very out there, funny, but also, you know, a little street rat. No, I'm just kidding. But he reminds me of that when I see Aladdin.
Not
I see
us
Michael.
both picking
So
characters that aren't white, and there's like those are like the only ones. That are the men like in the like right. Like I'm like, all right,
we like our men tall, dark, and handsome. What can we
literally.
say?
Okay. My honey is that's my little that's my honey.
He is. He's yeah. Michael's a white boy, but he's got the Aladdin
You're the
temperament for
spice.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm his little spice. All right. And our last question. This comes from Danger or Danger. I don't know how to say it. Super random, but what's a song you are really loving right now and have on repeat?
Crazy. She asked that because I can tell you, I can actually. Like,
Okay, go ahead.
first, or-
You want me to go first? I'll go first. All right, hold on. I'm gonna play it for just a hot second, just so I can pull up the picture. All right. So obviously, my new favorite song is "Dying Flame" by my husband. I didn't realize he put out a track with T
Oh, by
Pain.
the way, cannot wait for the Super Bowl.
This is
I can't wait for the Super Bowl.
wait, what? Me either. But this is Taylor
Oh my
Holder.
god,
I
that,
always
that's
say
a
that
good,
this is
that
what
plays
Mike
on,
looked
that
like.
plays on my fizz. Yeah,
Oh, it does? Dying Flame?
because
Okay.
when I play T Pain,
Yeah, this is
it
Taylor
came on. I go,
Holder's.
is this Taylor Holder?
This is Taylor Holder, our not favorite TikTok influencer. But I like Taylor Holder because he reminds me of Michael. When if Lil, we always say this. If Lil May, is it Mabu or Mabu?
Lil Mabu, yeah.
Lil Mabu and Taylor Holder had a baby, that would be what Michael looked like in the 90s when he had hair and was young and things like that. So I like this song. I feel like Taylor Holder's kind of a douche canoe a little bit, but hey, I mean, I like him,
Yeah.
so I like the song. That's what I've been playing on repeat.
Wait. This is me to the others.
Okay.
You getting belt? I saw. She's like, you getting belt? You getting? I'm like, bitch.
You
tell
getting
them.
belt, boo. Ate and left no crumbs.
I'm done napping.
I saw something about Cardi B, just to let you know, about her zodiac chart, that she had some type of house in something to where no matter what she says or does, like she can never do no
Really?
wrong. Like even with all her beef with Nicki Minaj and all that stuff that was happening, she'll always come out on top. Like people will always love her.
It's true. She honestly
So.
is just that bitch.
She is. I wish I had. I love her spirit. I love her presence. I love her mentality on things. Like if people don't like her, she just keeps doing what she wants to do, and like
Wait.
doesn't give a about any. Well, thank you, Dan. I don't know if it's
that's
Danger.
Danielle.
I think it's Danger.
Maybe it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay, is it? Oh my God, it is Danielle. Stop it. I just saw Danger or Danger. Thank you, Danielle. You gave us 2 things this week, honeys. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. All right. Well, that is all I have. Paige, did you have anything
No,
else?
That's all I got going on in my little.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for listening to me. Can't even talk today. Thank you for listening to me read my letter. Next week, Paige is going to read her first letter from Joe. So I'm very excited about that. Do we have, can we do the little, if you've made it this far, can we do that little emoji with the letter with the heart on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've made it this far, drop that little letter with the heart on it below to let us know that you've made it and to the end of the episode. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, rate our podcast. That always helps us.
really does.
We're so grateful
And
when
I
we
was,
get a rating.
by the way, y'all, I
Yeah.
was reading some of the ones that were on Apple because like there were some new ones since I had read, and like I just like I love y'all. I wish that I could like reply to every single one of them, but I just want you guys to know that I see them.
Yeah.
And I know Gigi does too.
Yeah, we look at them and we read them. So thank you so much for all the sweet words and comments on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeartRadio, all of them. We are utterly grateful for our Waller squad, and thank you for giving us feedback. And even if it's constructive feedback, we always take it and we read it and we use it and we try to make sure, we give you guys the best podcast episode that we can give you guys. So thank you for being here with us. Shout out again to our Patreon fam for supporting us and sponsoring this episode. And we will be back with you next week with Joe's first letter. And don't forget, if you are interested in doing our Christmas or holiday storytelling series, please go over to our Love Within Walls. We have the Google form up. I will also put it up on our story on Instagram today as well. But thank you for being here with us. We love you.
Love you guys.
Besitos. Love you. Bye, guys. Have a great week.
This is for the ones who love through the distance, for the ones who stay solid while time keeps ticking, for the ones who hold it down but never lose themselves. This is for the prison wives. Still don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the glass, through the gates, ain't no distance make me change. Still don't break, love don't fold. I hold strong, I don't go, I don't wait, I don't beg. I hold it down and lift my head. They don't see the late nights, letters on the table, fighting through the system, just trying to stay stable. They don't see the count days, they don't feel the time crawl. They just see the sentence, but they don't see the love at all. Yeah, I made the vow and I stand 10 toes. Still got my life, still got my goals. I hold it down cause I choose to stay. This love got walls, but it don't got chains. Don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the glass, through the gates, ain't no distance make me change. Still don't break, love don't fold. I hold strong, I don't go, I don't wait, I don't beg. I hold it down and lift my head. I'm a prison wife, but I'm still my own. Made my own moves, still stand on my throne. They think I'm just sitting here wasting my days. Nah, baby, I've been building while he counting the days. I ride for my love, I ride for my king, but I ain't no fool, I handle my biz. I ain't weak, I ain't lost, I ain't throwing my worth. I hold it down cause I know what it's worth. Through the letters, through the calls, through the gates, through it all. Love don't break, love don't fade. I'm still here, I'm still brave. Still don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the glass, through the gates, ain't no distance make me change. Still don't break, love don't fold. I hold strong, I don't go, I don't wait, I don't beg. I hold it down and lift my head.
Don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the glass, through the gates, ain't no distance make me change.
Still don't break, love don't fall.